at this point, I'm starting to understand at least or appreciate at least the poetic implications of I'm not sure what the overarching name of the category of mythology that this is, but basically the idea of this plane of existence being being essentially hell. So, and this goes to the if you want to Google stuff, check out the Demiurge, check out Gaia and all this jazz. But anyway, the idea is that this plane of existence is set up in sort of a predatory prey sort of way, and I think that at least on a societal structural level, it's pretty easy to come to the conclusion that that's certainly a big part of what's going on. I mean, even fuck. So, where to begin? I got to try to unpack all this stuff, but it's just all over the fucking place, and how do you just lightly jump into, sociopaths and psychopaths are the problem with the world, and we're all genetically encoded with the shit, so don't expect to ever come to a reasonable solution to that particular problem, and that's the underlying problem with all of society. I mean, that's just one little part of it, but yeah. Psychopaths, sociopaths, malignant narcissists. It's an interesting dynamic these days because we've got a high-profile malignant narcissist in the White House, and it's easy to think that we know a lot more. And I mean, I wish I could say, oh no, I'm not in that category, but we're all in that category of people who think that we know more about that phenomenon than we really do. I think it's in the nature of that beast to always be perplexed by psychopaths, and I still don't have a good name for that group, but basically cluster B personality traits refer to these people. I think it operates on a spectrum. There are a lot of people who study this stuff. Robert Hare is the foremost expert in this, or has been for a long time. Martha Stout wrote The Sociopath Next Door. There's a lot of other people who talk about this stuff. And the thing is, most people in American culture, I can't speak to a lot of other cultures, but in American culture, it seems like a whole hell of a lot of people do think they know a lot more about it than they really do. And I think most of them are unaware of their actual brushes with these people. Because they had to have had them, statistically speaking. I mean, even on the low end, just if you say the whole cluster and say, there's only like one or two people out of 100 that are on that spectrum. Honestly, it's probably closer to 8 or 9%, and I've seen estimates up to 15% for the whole people on that whole spectrum. But so everybody's dealt with these fuckwads, but the truth is that our little anecdotal understanding is axiomatically inaccurate, but it's also not. It's also definitely not going to help anybody else really wrap their brain around how to defend themselves against these types of people. And moreover, what complicates it for me is it's not even just the people, the actual individual psychopaths or sociopaths or narcissists that really fuck things up. It's more that, like, subscribing to that energy and saying, okay, I'm either consciously or unconsciously going to operate from that, what that ilk fantasizes is a predatory mindset. It's really more accurately described as parasitic, and I wish I could just single-handedly change the vernacular and say we should henceforth refer to these fuckwads as parasites, which is what they are, rather than predators, which is what they want to think of themselves as and want you to think of them as. But see, so once you get down to that root level, it's really difficult to just, for me at least, to present it in this nutshell format, because it's so far-reaching. It touches every aspect of culture, every aspect of people's collective and individual lives, culture, all of these things. And so that's one of the reasons I want to do these little videos, is to say, okay, let's take this one step at a time, because my brain is so scattershot in my approach to this that even though I have a reasonable working knowledge of it, I can't describe it to people without taking hours to do it. So hopefully I can work through this, and over time maybe get better at distilling certain elements of that worldview. And again, the psychopath part of this is not even the lion's share. It's just one of the foundation points. And I've thought maybe that's the way to do it, is to just like map it out on a mind map and put these little nodes that are foundation points of that worldview. So this is definitely what my agenda is a worldview cultivation exercise. I'm trying to explain the worldview that I have based on the experiences that I've had, and based on what I think people's best bet is to be able to work together and avoid a lot of the problems that the structure that we're all subjected to at this point has imposed on us. And it's not like, and I think that it would be really dumb to interpret that, or for me to present it as, oh, I'm the Messiah here, or I've got some part of the truth that is going to save people or something. It's not that. It's just I see what I see, and once I see things, I can't unsee them very easily. So I'm trying to work through it in a way that maybe some other people who are smarter than me can build on. And also just for me to be able to 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 structure my thinking about it in a way that makes it digestible, not only for everybody else but for me. Yeah.